Obi Biako Abasonko Kweba counseling time with counselor D.Y. Donkoh come home. Na yema counselor. Akwabasonko Kweba counselor.
The 4C'S of relationship and marriages. Or the 4C'S in relationship or marriages.
Right.
Maybe other brofun befe be the 4C'S.
The 4C'S.
Si baako en nanya. Ehihia wa awade en impratwe.
En impratwe mu.
Awade efe. Awade ede. Terabina edume menenda ana odi emeka ne fiada na utwam obi fie nim na amamere koso amane ye koso na bo se kente entoma but ago na nkrofo so ne oma ye ko obi fie akwaje obi ba wade ya na anije
say
abetum se jane na omani age se zebe o mo babai sabi o sabi wambo kohwibra ana wansei ode enunyam sha abafi na ayefe
right
the be engagement Friday Saturday na wedding so temu wedding so entade akakraka pie ho obi ani age na yekoka se ceremony ni wiye na aka wade na wade no so kosai and so when we are talking about the 4C'S, then we are saying that these are the C's that are very important when it comes to your relationship and marriage. And generally say you na ya ba ne je na ye fa na ebusa se ye wura mu so ebe ye fesa na se enye sa nso dia na den na ye behwa ananioma be ne ye be ya ana sisi be ne ye behwe so a ebe boa ma wade ebe gina pi na ye fe. The first C I really want us to pay attention to has to do with the Christ-centeredness. The Christ-centeredness.
Right.
That means sisi a hon ko amawie ene ni se waba onyankropon de ba wade obia wa wade a wade asipi a wade na kos awujafo bana binim de entia mesre a wade na sipi a wade na koso ene onyam shabem ya dum bi ne kura wade no. You cannot marry to enjoy marriage without God's grace.
True.
That is Christ. Osumbi awusumbi atiase ese wonyame oba awade onu kura awade. And Valerie, if you leave God out of your marriage, get ready for crisis.
It's true.
Obi awade 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years back actually say nyame. Because in some cases you are awade from day one. After 50 years, you know, and yet just congratulations. And so some of the people we look up to that we say be a mentor, be a penify a show one, be a crophobia show kasi ye minya kama wadi and it is somebody, they will tell you that it hasn't been easy, but it is easy because Christ is the center.
Right.
It is the actually and say want to mean what the first C want to mean what to take Christ out of your marriage.
Right.
You meet crisis. And it is only Christ who gives you the opportunity to have the heart to accommodate one another.
True.
Baby, I mean, you can't be too far so that. Imagine you are traveling to Tamale or you are going to Togo and you are driving by road at night. My driver da akokuma seda. My driver da etukwanda. Me economy ni mo ti highlight na maso. Highlight na chi mean to me ko mirika te send ya wata fa kwande so. Anya no makoto amerem. Anya no mehia pod hu. Eti de me ye ne se kakran na be de ko san kakran be di kwa minimu kwa so. Hwana de me be ko nyame. Na hwade me ko long journey de me ye de se ka bi be pa me ho be di nachi. Be dispute di nachi. Otia so bokọ ametia so bokọ. Okwa ade otomerem na mahwe. If Christ is your leader, then you should understand that things can be possible.
Beautiful.
The first C has to do with somebody who understands that we need to make Christ the center. Or we need to make God the center.
Right.
And so the first C you must count on has to do with Christ. Number 2. If you really want your marriage to work, I call it the conflict resolution.
Okay.
Resolution.
Right.
The conflict resolution.
Right.
Can I tell you this? All relationship, whether personal or professional, may involve in disagreement or discord.
Right.
Regardless of how good you are, you cannot have a partner who is perfect.
True.
I am good to myself. I think I am the best man.
Right.
I am so good to myself. For me, I am perfect in my own eyes. But for Valerie, she's going to find difficulties. Do you know why? It is because the way she's lived her life all this while, for her, all this while, so many, it doesn't suit her. So definitely she want to say that what is going to happen is that imperfection should become perfect in our eyes. How do we do it? We need to understand that there will be conflict. But if you want to go far, the two of us should be able to resolve our issues amicably.
Right.
The next thing you should understand when it comes to the sea has to do with conflicts. And talk about and your physical abuse. And talk about and your emotional abuse. And talk about sabimika and yet all the other abuse is about sometimes I don't agree to agree. Why? Because as I am, what I think is right may be wrong to you. When I say let's travel, you may go like I won't go. You are not rebelling against my authority to say you go. You feel like where we are going there is no need. It doesn't make me bad. It means that I have my perceptions. I have my way of doing things and you don't agree to it. So please, the second C has to do with how to resolve conflicts. And let's understand that whenever there's conflict and we want to resolve it, let's resolve it respectfully.
Right.
Asama ba ni eka yemfa wobu ma ya ho ya ho yentia mo mbro ye ne so. Mindi attempt because attempt does not solve the problem.
Right.
I don't abuse you because to abuse you does not handle the issue. Then ye be manjuwe di wanjimendi. Me huni ye wan huni. Menti wase wonti masini nyinechi. Si atiase yemienu we are two imperfect people that want to journey and do the journey well. And yani atiase sometimes we need to handle conflict very well. If you mess up and you are not able to handle conflict, there will be war.
Counselor, on said to say love language, ye wo snow bian and love language, ye see way per words of affirmation, way super acts of service, way conflict resolution in natural madri about BB. So each and every one of us, and so ye wo what we call how we respond to anger response. As snow bian the way we see be resolve issues send ya working now one mama tia say any kwan say atenie say bia when we are trying to fix issues but on that basis say obi o ho a ne conflict resolution ne say menkasa my edi I don't want to talk obi nso de ne say let's talk about it obi de ne say I need space. Mami free mu kakra. After everything I'm going to get back. Nipa nso susu say there be I was say give and take. Jima menje na yetimi sene be betimi asquashi ama free ho. Obi dey after 5 days and sana we come back to the situation. Obi nso won per se we hit it whilst it's hot. Sene be beko. How do we merge and put all of these things together to ensure that see where I can a bit me ejina brani?
Valerie,
Papa,
let's be truthful to ourselves.
right.
As I sit here, most of the problems we encounter in marriages has to do with emotional immaturity.
Right.
Send tibiano, me wado na wademia. Heat bar, we'll go and look for cold water to put on it. How do we do it? I swallow my pride, you swallow your pride. I swallow my ego, you swallow your pride. Look, Asemaba, we will talk about it. Mamika Semiwa, what was the anchorophobia Asemsia, was me in Kashe? Because me cocaine the Asembaba. The problem with you is that you are not offending the person you are not talking to. You are harboring bitterness and pain for yourself. Until your man say, because we get me in Kano, she are show na you open account. Or no Jiran channel, is one car, you are playing the game of I am a lady, I'm a gentleman. But one show how it do mu a kura any makatane so inside in Enway. Or no see was you know be I can and who you were he and I'll be a fool no about one word. What's that down I want to make love to you. I want to have sex with you. I know about just on Okasa free because what the yeah. But can we chile na man the TSS are 7 ashime? na mpatcho e ba de se no chirichiri mu a kasumduaba isan se ye tie kasa ne ye chirichiri mu a e ma wo ba bia wo bi firi ba eni ne ntia wo ye ne wo ye no enti when it comes to marriage I am quiet. I won't talk. After 4 days I don't want to say anything now. It doesn't help marriage. Eti now we can love language so bia ne kwan ya wo fa so upe unya wade a woni kwan bia be fa so say asem si no wani nji ho a you need to talk about it.
Right.
But once we are talking about it, let us show respect to each other.
Show respect
so
to
that
each other.
It doesn't help.
Okay.
And that is the second C.
Right.
You need to handle conflicts very well.
Very well.
The third C has to do with conduct. Conduct.
Okay.
Conduct. Valerie,
Papa.
Any pursue bonny, essay wodopa. It doesn't matter the love you have for someone. Say the conduct and the behavior in your own. This third C, it will kill affection. When you will be teen and the subanya, oh, it doesn't matter how handsome and beautiful they are. At the point you lose it.
It's true.
Hey, at the point you realize that money is not needed again. You realize that sex is not important anymore. You realize that food is not what I needed. So by bonnie say wadopa. When the conduct of one party doesn't help to sustain the relationship, it destroys the whole communication skill. It so usumanya na etanya wadon ye de kwa he. Ti obi do obi a na esuban bia na wo fiti ase na ma wodo odo. Wo wrabu wie ye suban funi ne kokonye wo mbu nipa wonim kasa wo manage kuruma 1 week on kasa ho obi success o ma de kasa fi wo du funtu o ye so se me sa na me ti o me de menye na me betimi atiechi wa mo awu wonim be men try me and be coming ho a wo be wu.
My God.
Conduct. Right. The test C is so important to me.
Right. And
let's understand that one of the things that mend, that glue, that brings together good couples is subanpa.
Right.
Usuban yaon will be enforced on do or do a bad natural because subana would die the children any fair. You are too calm, you are gentle, you are understanding, you are brilliant, you are intelligent, like you are gentle, you are mature. And so when it comes to sister conduct, behavior, it affects the affection of the other party. It's in here, the test has to do with conduct.
Right.
Shawusi,
right.
Kasayi,
right.
Boo,
right.
Dressy, Nina conduct, no. When you kunu, Bema, Waba, Peso, Wadeno Kasa, a man some dead in for a number, na fun to a number.
Right.
The next thing has to do with consideration. Yeah, consideration.
Consideration.
Let's understand that as human as we are, somebody needs to consider somebody.
Okay.
Vala we hear, perfect, and I will never be perfect until I die. After 50 years of marriage, there are still things we need to work out. And I can tell you boldly that will be our wadi actually 20 years, 30 years, still we are wadi and wejuma. And when you see the congratulations and you see 50 years of marriage, go and ask them, they are still working it.
It's true.
Still bufuba, ayakaba, kasanketenketeba, bemunaka krakraba. Consideration in India, say, Tiasia say you are not married to a perfect person.
Okay.
And you be a nemera yobeba. Nemera yobayaka also mreyo. Most of the time we judge the other party with their weakness, forgetting that judgment, and yes, so we have weakness, and that our judgment is in the hands of God. And to consideration, this is if you are the union, sometimes don't assume for them because you see they are not God to even know what you are thinking. And so when I expect that Valerie Unyan's and of chance, one far in Chile when you be penny be peubia on our magician to be reading my nose, for chance. No consideration. Consider the weakness of the other party.
Right.
Understand that you also have weakness so that we can move on.
Counselor, with the consideration bit, we are looking at compatibility, communication, everything put together.
Of course. And yet there be a communication krabe koyi. And yet there be an send our pen because nya da bia na ho of be say ya ushia no, but consider to understand that o crown so obi consider.
Right.
If all of us are looking for perfection, who will go for who? Nobody's going to call for anybody. And to please understand that the last C, consideration. I tell the bia pese e bompaye, oni ahode ode bebo. I tell the bia opesika bi mu a onya ma. I tell the bia onya ya kwaye ko bi manioma sesa wantumi anye. Please understand that also so wo mereyo. Sometimes when the other party you love so much falls short, just understand them that Charlie on oye mereyo and now so on so on mereyo. Until onyame pe na perfect. As human as we are not perfect. So if we are to talk about it again, the 4C'S: number 1, be Christ-centeredness. Number 2, handle conflicts well. C. Number 3, conduct. And then number 4, consideration.